Hello again. Happy Wednesday. As I mentioned earlier, things are slightly cooler today behind this morning's cold front up in the big country. Much of them still in the 70s. Really didn't make it out of the 70s today. Snyder, one of those cooler spots at 72 degrees. Abilene, only 77. Here in San Angelo and in the Concho Valley, we did make it to the 80s, 81 degrees right now in San Angelo. Junction got really warm today at 87, still fairly close to where they were yesterday. So they didn't feel much of the impacts of that cold front. But when you really compare today to yesterday, you get a better idea of that temperature difference. 19-degree difference from yesterday to today in Snyder, a 17-degree difference in Abilene, and only a 14-degree difference here in Abilene. Now, towards our eastern counties, you see they're actually warmer than they were yesterday. But when you take into the account that this time yesterday, they had a lot of increased cloud cover and a lot of rain going on with that severe weather that was moving east, that makes a little bit more sense that they are a little warmer than average now, or warmer than they were yesterday without that cloud cover. But as we go throughout the evening, we're going to see those wind speeds start to calm down. By 9 p.m. when you're tuning in to watch us again, most of us will already have made it into the 60s, that I-10 corridor, still holding on strong to stick in the 70s. But by midnight, we're really going to see wind speeds on the decline, and the low wind speed with the lack of cloud cover is going to help us cool into the lower 40s tonight. Now, we will start to see winds actually gain a southerly orientation before day tomorrow morning when the surface high begins to move east, which is going to be helpful for us in just a second. But here's a look at overnight lows across West Texas. Some low-lying areas could dip into the upper 30s like Snyder, but the rest of us in those lower 40s, 43 in San Angelo and 41 in Abilene will be your high for tonight. Now, tomorrow we're going to bounce right back up to the mid-80s under sunny skies. A great day for t-shirt and jeans if you can wear that to work, or just, a light layer, if you will. But pollen count is going to be high tomorrow. We are going to not be seeing any fire weather risk with those winds on the decline, but pollen is still going to be extremely high. Tree pollen going to be the leading allergen tomorrow, with grass pollen following just behind that, but ragweed pollen is going to be low for now. This is the time of year where grass and tree pollen are the main allergens at hand. But as I mentioned earlier, we're seeing winds regain that southerly orientation. That's what's helping us warm up back to the 90s as early as Friday. Going into the weekend, a pretty warm weekend with some partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies before we see our next cool down on the way going into the start of next week, with some isolated rain chances as well. But that won't last long either, because by this time next week, we'll be back to the mid to upper 80s. Back to you, AJ.